Hello, well we're here in late December after a period of heavy rain, and as you can see the Irwell is fairly full in spate here. There's a bit of an island there which is half drowned at the moment, and not today, no thanks, not too appealing. And as you can see, it heads off to go onto the railway once again. This is another of the Irwell's graceful curves, and I think that for a while it's still within the perimeter of the park, so we should be able to follow it for some distance. Right, we're now under the railway bridge I pointed out, and there are paths on both sides of the Irwell at this point, but we're on the southern side, following it on towards Bury, or at least as far as we can get on this side. Hello, you can perhaps see that there's quite a high bank on the other side of the Irwell now. No footpath running along that edge, but there is a nice one on the southern edge, so this is a nice part of the Irwell to be walking. And having followed the curve of the Irwell, you come back to another railway bridge, and again there's a nice pedestrian arch to the side, and this might be as far as we can go alongside the Irwell for a bit, but we'll see. Ooh. I think that's the remains of a chimney, Simon. Yeah. Oh, we are still filming. Oh, right, I didn't realise that. Anyway, this is the site of the former chimney of Higher Woodhill Mill, which is right by the side of the riverside path. We're heading back towards the car park.
Oh, thank you.
And as the plaque indicates, this is the stone bed of the mill engine. So there's no metal parts left, but you can still see where the base of the machine was. Hello, just past the mill engine you will find a little stone ramp which allows you to get close to the Irwell, but it does just peter out a short distance, and I'm not going any further because it looks a bit slippery. And from that point on, the Irwell flows between steep banks on one side and private farmland on the other, so we can't get at it for a bit now, so we'll move on to the next bridge and look back up from that. But it is worth making the detour to see this impressive little gorge, especially so when the river's full. And just watch your step a bit. Do you fancy going any further, Simon?
Watch this.
Okay.
Look how heavy metal I am.
Not meant along there.
Sure, why not?
Okay, don't fall in, please.
I'll make sure I will.
Good stuff. Hello, this bridge is the next public access to the Irwell. You can see where it's running down there from Burrs Country Park, and we're going to follow it down that way, where you can see on that bank there is a public right of way, and that's the Irwell Valley Trail, and we'll follow that right into the centre of Bury. Yes. And from the footpath you get a magnificent view of the weir and the footbridge that we've just come over. That is splendid. I presume that was once a mill road. It's a bit too grand to be just for a public footpath. Yeah, further along the path you'll find some stone remains of industrial buildings and more impressive weir, especially at the moment. And this area is called Bury Ground, I believe. This is the point where the riverside footpath ends, so at this point you have to walk away from the Irwell and pick your way through the edge of Bury town centre, the edge of the bypass, to get back to the Irwell. So bye bye for a time, Irwell.
Bye.
Bury, of course, is the biggest town we've encountered thus far on the river. Now then, this is the A58 Bury Bypass, and this is a point where it crosses over the River Irwell. You can see that there's another impressive weir here, and that's looking back over where we've just come. And then if you sweep round, the Irwell continues in that direction over towards Radcliffe, and that's where we're going next. So I'm stood on the Welling Street Viaduct, which goes over the Irwell, far down below us here. This is the track bed of the old Bury to Bolton railway, which you can follow, but you can't actually walk on the track bed all the way. It's a cycle path for a certain distance that way, but then becomes field footpaths, and that's looking back to the bypass. You can't quite see the bridge, but this area of the Irwell, you can't get any closer on either side really. It's all built up or owned by Bury Grammar School, so this is the first acquaintance really since then. And there's also a concrete footbridge just below the viaduct that carries a footpath over the Irwell and gives you a good view either side as you cross the river. Yeah. And down there towards Radcliffe, back up there towards Bury.
And the fire station.
Yeah, that's Bury Fire Station, and there's, looks like I can't tell if that's a footbridge or just a pipe bridge going across the river. Yeah. Okay. Very solid footings for the bridge pillars there. Let's see. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. See the brickwork still in stonework rather, still in pretty good nick. Now the canal occupies a high shelf above the Irwell, and at some points there's a high bank in between which stops you looking down onto the Irwell, but at this point near the first bridge after Bury, the Irwell actually comes quite close, and you've only got this bank between canal and river. It's not the most scenic stretch. You've got the Metrolink running behind the river up there. There's a concrete bridge here, which yeah, but not in your direction.
Yeah, but Dad, don't make it up.